Unless you're kicking back, making millions in commission, I'm willing to bet that your weekly schedule could see some improvements. In this video, I'm going to break down the weekly schedule that I would use to increase my pipeline, move opportunities forward, and close more deals in industrial sales. All right, I'm going to break your week into 5 categories, totaling up to 100%. So it does not matter which week of the month it is, but we're looking at Monday through Friday activity. How are you going to organize and structure your day? I know you may be saying, but Kyle, my day is different. I got different activity levels and you don't know how big my pipeline is. None of that matters. It doesn't matter if your pipeline's huge or your pipeline's small. This can still apply. Number one, you're going to want to spend 25% on active opportunities. And again, you may say, but dude, I got so much in the pipeline. I need to spend half of my week or more on active opportunities. If you're doing that, then that means that you're probably not super efficient. And I don't care how much you have to quote and meetings you have to have, etc. 25% is going to be spent on active opportunities. The reason why I'm doing this is because those deals are already moving along. You've already had maybe multiple conversations. You've qualified them. You've asked the fact-finding questions. And if you just break down from when you have an initial conversation with somebody until you close them, there's just a couple of steps to go to, right? Which is number one, you have to qualify them. Number two, you have to understand the problem that they're trying to solve. And number three, send them pricing and close them. So 25% of your time is going to be focused on any existing active opportunities. So what I mean by that is, how can I move these deals forward? When's the last time I reached out to them? How can I handle objections? Do I need to go and visit them, call them, email them, send them a message on LinkedIn? All those things that are around this deal is in this stage. How do I move it to the next step? Just real quick, spend 25% of your time doing that. The next one's going to be 15% of your time on follow-up and reactivation. This could be old leads that came through. You didn't get engagement. They fell off, ghosted you. Same thing with deals. Deals that you've been working that fell off, they ghosted you. You want to spend 15% of your time doing those initial follow-ups, trying to reactivate, breathe some life back into those opportunities to move them along the stages. You've already handled the lowest hanging fruit, which is active open deals. Now you're going to look at, okay, these people are further down in the pipeline and further down in my funnel to where I know that I've qualified them to a certain extent. They've at least reached out, raised their hand and said, hey, I do want to have a conversation, but at some point it lost momentum. Maybe it's your fault. Maybe they're busy. Does not matter. 15% of your time is going to be spent on follow-up in the different contact methods. Again, it's email, phone call, personal visit. Maybe you see them at a trade show, cold visit, stop by, send them something in the mail. It doesn't matter. You're just trying to breathe some life back into these leads and deals. Spend 15% of your time doing that. The third one's going to be 40% of your time on prospecting. So you've got basically 25 and 15 initially. So that's 40% of your time is going to be spent focusing on existing leads, existing deals, and the exact same amount of effort has to be focused on prospecting. And what I mean by that is finding new opportunities, new companies to go after, any sort of outreach activity. So if you look at your week and you're working 40 hours of your week, then 40% of the time has to be focused on trying to find new deals. If you don't, and this is a common mistake that I see at most industrial companies and really B2B sales in general, is going to be they're focusing smaller amount of time on their prospecting, more amount of time on their current deals. And what happens is, if you're not continuously feeding things in the top of the funnel, eventually you're relying on just those active and open deals and your pipeline is going to dry up. Once that happens, there's no easy way to restart that. You're going to have to start basically over from scratch to get that ball rolling. And it could take months to get that activity back up. But you've already taken care of the lowest hanging fruit. Now you want to say, hey, I need to bring more people into the top of the funnel and feed them through it. So I have to be taking a lot of action. Now, your company specifically may say, like, we got one client that says 250 levels of activity per week through phone calls, cold visits, and email outreach. Maybe your company says it's got to be 500 or 100. Whatever that is, you need to be hitting those activity numbers, and you need to be going out and using the internet, use AI, whatever you need to do, and find new companies to go after, putting them into your CRM system. Hopefully you have one, and being able to organize and say, these are all my new leads that haven't raised their hand yet. They're not qualified. They're not marketing qualified leads. They're just names at companies. I'm going to start doing the prospecting, the outreach, and go aggressively after that. All right, fourth, you're going to spend about 10% of your time on CRM and deal review and the cleanliness of the data. So when you go into your CRM system, you need to be able to quickly look at what's the latest update. Maybe you're busy during the week and you save this for your Fridays. Maybe is half of your Friday is going to be focusing on, like, how do I make sure that the cleanliness of my data is there so I can quickly make reactions and make decisions when I'm going throughout the rest of my week when I look at the other 80% of my time that's spent. So I'm going to be saying, hey, are the close dates on my deals accurate? Should I move them out? Is the deal amount accurate? Are there notes to it? Is my sales activity accurate? Do I have new context I need to add in? I reached out to somebody. They said, Steve no longer works here. It's now going to be Joe. Did I put Joe into the CRM system? That's where like the busy work and the back end work really makes it easier for you to accomplish the first three areas if you keep your data clean. And so a lot of companies will do that on a Friday, end of the week. Most people aren't traveling. Most people aren't going to be in the office or being open to responding to new prospecting activities. So it's a great thing. You can spend like 4 hours of your day, maybe the morning of Fridays or the afternoons of Fridays. You just want to go through and be like, hey, to start my next week out fresh, I want to make sure that on Fridays, I'm going to clean up all my data. I'm going to spend the second half of the afternoon doing it, make sure all my notes are in there, all my follow-up activities, tasks are scheduled, everything's set. So that way Monday, maybe when you have your sales meeting, on Monday, you know that you're going into the week strong and all your information is accurate. And then fifth is going to be 10% of your time focusing on preparation and improvement. And that's going to be like the improving your skills, improving your product knowledge, improving the knowledge of the market, etc. There's companies out there that will spend way too much time on the prep work and not enough time on the action work. And really, you can learn a lot just by doing it. So get into those conversations, record those conversations that you have, record all of your meetings, and then go back and look at it and be like, hey, how could I have handled this differently? How could I have said this differently? So you're going to be critical of yourself in this moment. So maybe spend the first half of your Friday, so 4 hours of it, you're going to spend just looking at what things can I learn? What things can I do better? What things should I adjust and change about the way that I'm pitching it, or the product knowledge I have, or how I'm going out and trying to approach people on this? Is my pitch good? Can I tell somebody what I do in 20 seconds or less? All of that stuff you just want to focus about 10% of your time doing to make sure that you're staying like top of mind with people. Keep your tools sharp so that way you can answer questions quickly, and then as things come up, you can respond quickly, and you have all the data and the resources at your fingertips. You can go through all of your data and say, hey, I know that people ask these questions frequently. They're always asking for this information. I typically send them this file. Is that file readily available? Can I send it as part of a follow-up? How am I going to organize it to focus on making the rest of my week more efficient? So spend about 10% of your week doing that. So if you want to close more industrial deals, you need to stop acting and treating your week like a bunch of random activities. You need to have structure. You need to have everything broken into the 5 categories. So let's review them real quick. Number 1 is going to be 25% of your time focused on active opportunities. 15% of your time is going to be follow-up and reactivation. 40% of your time is going to be focused on prospecting. 10% of your time is going to be on the CRM side of things and make sure your data is good. And then the last 10% of your time is going to be focused on improvements, product knowledge, etc. So if you guys got value out of this, check out these other videos that we have. Be sure to follow me on LinkedIn, subscribe to the channel on YouTube, and share it with somebody that you know.